to my channel. Welcome back to another World Cup recap. Now, normally I'll be at the gym and then I will record my recap afterwards, outdoors and eating. But because of today, it's about to hit 40 degrees of extreme heat, and there could be amber warnings. I was taking no risks whatsoever, because if I went to the gym today in this 40-degree heat, yo, I would have died out. I would have died out. I was taking zero risks. There was no risks. I'm taking no risks. So, I mean, to be fair, I wasn't even planning to the gym today because it's just because of 40-degree heat. No chance. No chance. Anyway, that being said, we are back for another World Cup recap, and with 4 games to look back through. Look, I'll get on to Portugal's game and Croatia's game just towards the end, but let's start with my 2 nations games first and foremost, just to get that out of the way. I'll come to the DR Congo in just a moment. Let's start with England's game with Ghana, which ended 0-0, and well, I mean, what can I say? Disappointing and frustrating. Yeah, it was frustrating. Nothing much wrong with our performance, but we just, we had plenty of the ball, plenty of possession, but had enough chances, but just didn't take them. Well, I say we didn't take them, just lacked bite in the final third. But I will say also, you got to give credit to Ghana, because if anybody thought the game against Ghana was going to be straightforward, you're all deluded. I said this will not be an easy match, and I think yesterday's game just proved it. Like, it wasn't easy. Definitely wasn't easy. Playing against teams with low blocks. Yeah. But listen, it is what it is. I'm not gonna really panic. That's why we've had especially after the euphoria of the win against Croatia, I said to people, relax. Let's not get carried away. It was a great win against Croatia last week. Today, this today was just a reality check. But look, is it all doom and gloom? Of course not. Because at the end of the day, we're still in a decent position. Even though we've seen the script before, but at the same time, look, 4 points from 2 and a clean sheet. We are still in a decent position, and you can say the same for Ghana, pardon, because Ghana are also in a decent position as well with 4 points. So it's not the end of the world. We got Panama on Saturday. You're thinking, win that game, all but guaranteed. We're in the knockout stages. So you know what? I'm not gonna be hypercritical. But I would say we did have enough chances. I just didn't really take advantage. And especially at that one chance right just towards the end, Harry Kane with Nico Rowley hitting the bar and Harry Kane blasting over. That was the chance. That was deep. We had a couple of moments, just couldn't convert. I thought that the subs we brought on made a difference again. I thought I thought Madueke, Gordon were both ineffective, and the difference of Saka and Rashford coming on made a huge impact. Um, uh, I understood. I can understand the thinking of Spence starting over Nico Raleigh, but you just kind of felt that was a game for Raleigh to start. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jess Spence had a great impact when he came on, but yeah, it is what it is, and we could also say very very fortunate not to concede a penalty. Um, but look, 0-0, not in end of the world. We move on. Move on. Next game against Panama, win that game, and we are through. We top the group, so I'm not gonna complain. So, not the end in the world. But for my second home country though, Colombia 1, DR Congo 0, and look, listen, stayed up at 3 a.m. to watch that game, and up until 5 a.m. in the morning, and let's just say, well, this is what we woke up to. We've woken up to. Yeah, a 1-0 defeat. 1-0 defeats, and I mean, look, there's no shame in losing to Colombia, but I think it's the way how we lost it. And Colombia were worthy winners. They were worthy winners. They definitely deserved it. They were all over us. Dominated the ball, had plenty of chances, but and you know what? We gotta give credit to our Congolese goalkeeper, because if it wasn't for him, you best believe we would have lost. The scoreline could have ended 3-4, 5-0. He really kept us in it. But I just knew a goal for Colombia was coming, and it happened into the last 15 minutes of the second half. But yeah, we can't complain. But DR Congo, but Leopard, very, very disappointing. I mean, and I didn't understand the lineup and how we approached the game. I mean, yes, I understand it's Portugal. We have to go went to 3-5-2, but just because we're in that formation doesn't mean let's just do it. Let's just do it again, and we did it again, which doesn't make sense. Doesn't make completely sense to me. I don't understand it. Why are we playing a 3-5-2 against Colombia? We basically had no threat going forward. No threat up until the last 5 minutes of the second half. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? You're goal down anyway. You're goal down. You've got to go for it. I mean, I don't understand how coach sometimes. I mean, but look, I'm not gonna complain. I can't have any complaints. We lost to the better team. Look, we're still in third, so we still have an opportunity to still qualify. As for in third place, we just gotta beat Uzbekistan, but we have got to change formation. Go to 4-2-3-1. We've got to, because if I see the same formation again, we're not getting out of this group. I can guarantee you. But anyway, Portugal 5, Uzbekistan 0. Ronaldo has arrived. A place for him. I mean, I don't need to say too much about that. There was talk about Ronaldo, this and that, but he's definitely arrived at the World Cup. He's got a brace. Could have had a hat-trick, but it's Portugal off and running. Croatia also got an important win against Panama, 1-0 to them. I mean, listen, there wasn't really much to talk about, but it was just that only one goal for the second half that won the game for them. So yeah, excuse me. So yeah, that being said, 4 more games to look forward to. Let's see how it all prevails. So I'm gonna try and find them cool down, because this heat is bonkers. But I'm not gonna complain. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. Love and God bless.